Ladies and gentlest of men, welcome back to the best of the worst reality TV. We are your hosts, Kitch and Cassandra, and we are ready to go all the way with our wonderful couples within Married at First Sight. Kay, where are we?
Well, first of all, if I said the word dividends to you, does that sound right to
I
you?
would worry because
Or,
I'm a terrible accountant or anything to do with banking and tax. Why?
or well, I just noticed that the voiceover artist, the female voiceover
Hmm.
artist in Maths tonight said
Oh,
dividends. So I just wanted to check the
yeah.
English like I do. Is it dividends or
I would be
dividends?
more on the dividends. Ends.
I
Yes.
thought so too. So that made me curious. And I know this is as an aside, but one of my ads tonight was a Kia ad,
Mm-hmm.
the cars,
Mm.
Kia, and the music was Grimes.
Oh.
Yeah, so she had a baby with and was with that what's that
Yes.
Tesla man?
Why have I blanked?
Direct yeah, direct competitor.
Oh, I love it. What good gossip.
Well, it's just PASAG
Yes,
stuff that I
I
live
love
for.
it.
I'm assuming she gave the okay to use that. But yeah, that was exciting. Who are we going to start with
Let's
tonight?
go for our now seemingly happier couple, Selina and Cody.
What up with
Mm.
that? What happened there? Was it the
So it was her
birthday?
birthday. He was, spoiling her with big bunches of flowers and cake. Um, First, I thought he'd home baked a cake when they were getting up for their morning coffees or whatever that was on the table. But then he seemed to have provided a very, very extravagant, beautiful, like peachy and lemony and I don't know, very ornate looking cake. Did you see that?
I did, and I loved every bit of it because it seemed to me almost wedding cake
Oh,
esque,
yes.
but it also had a kawaii vibe. The kawaii is cute in Japanese, and they
Um,
have those cartoons and all those cute little
mm,
characters and things like that. Like Pikachu, and we call her our little
yes.
Pikachu, or she called herself that, I think. So it kind of looked like a mix of that. So whatever production assistant picked that out,
Nice,
nailed
nice work
it.
indeed, team. Um, and also he was being very playful with her, saying things like, I was so innocent before I met you. And she was graciously thanking him for showing him down another dark path, perhaps, or a saucy path at least. Yeah, you
What?
notice that they were being a little bit um just just toying with each other a little bit at the start when they were getting ready in the bathroom. Well, she was doing her hair and he was just commenting. But yeah, I thought they were being very, playful.
So are you
Mm,
suggesting that they may have been intimate before the 5-minute makeout session task?
maybe I am. Maybe this is what really happens when the cameras are not there.
And that's interesting because the scene a little bit
Mm.
later, when she was removing his butt crack
Sweet
hair.
mother of goddesses, what in the name of
Yeah.
the Lord why was that happening? Why?
Well, I was curious because I've got no problem with hair removal or assisting someone with hair removal, but not before I've had sex with them.
Mm,
I'd want to do it after. So that might explain that if they'd been
yes.
intimate and she kind of went, "Oh, I prefer a smooth
Mm,
bum," that could have been how this whole hair removing project started in the first place. But as an audience member, they haven't told us that they've been intimate yet. And we think the 5-minute kissing task is their first kiss because she actually says at the end of that, "Oh, we've kissed
yeah.
now."
Yeah, we've done it now. We've ticked that box. But God, they took a while to get through the kissing motion, didn't they? Oh,
I looked away. Like I couldn't. I couldn't. There were kissing noises, there was laughing, little touchy games afterwards. I wasn't
Oh, she
interested,
was
Kay.
talking about drinking saliva, and ugh, it really made me think about, your kissing compatibility with somebody. It takes a lot because people have very different styles, and what if they just never were compatible in the kissing area? How do you do it? How would they go on anyway from that?
Oh, I'm sure you could have a long relationship without ever kissing, couldn't you? If it was a bit yucky?
Oh, but then where's the passion?
I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying it's ideal, but yeah, I've kissed people in the past where our kissing styles might have been compatible, but like there was just something about the taste of their saliva.
Mm.
Like it wasn't bad, like they've brushed their teeth and all of that, but it just wasn't right. Or you know how sometimes someone's smell
Oh,
isn't quite
yes.
right?
Yes.
Hmm.
But yes, back to his butt crack. I don't know if I would be prepared after, even if they were intimate the first time, just on was it day two afterwards, getting right in there. Maybe it's a bit of fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong, but she was talking about spreading his butt cheeks and things. I had to run away.
Oh, see, I was fine with that. I saw that as a bit of foreplay, and it was only depilatory cream, wasn't it? She
Oh,
wasn't shaving it or even waxing. You have to be quite precise, but depilatory cream, you can just smear it everywhere. It's really like
mm,
nappy cream, really. Done enough of that. And then he would wash it off himself, and all the hair will just dissolve away.
perfect. Though I think I would get more out of it if it had been a waxing scene. They'd be
Oh
screaming,
yeah.
he'd be crying, she'd be loving it. Yeah, it'd be brilliant. Anyway, we'll tell them for next week. Get right into that because I don't know if the cream is going to work well for him. I hope he's yeah.
Oh, it'll grow back really quickly. It doesn't take it out at the root,
Mm,
remember? So, yeah, maybe the next time when it needs a refresh, it can be a really, really brutal, gruesome wax session.
yes, let's aim for that one.
Who's
Who is
next?
next? How about Tamar and Brent this night?
Yeah, they made up too quickly for my liking. I would have liked a little bit more toing and froing. It was just a little bit too happy the whole episode tonight for me,
Yeah, there
mostly.
wasn't much in it, was there? Tamar and Brent, they had their little tiff. Now they were kind of back on track again. Um, but when they were staring into each other's eyes, I don't know, she was rolling her eyes, or no, it was during the hug. Sorry, they were doing a hug. Um, she was rolling her eyes at him, and I don't know. I don't know if they were. She was really into it again. But we have seen some gossip, haven't we?
We have, and I love it.
Mm.
Are you going to spill
Okay,
it?
everybody, hold on to your seats. I know you've heard us talk about wife swapping in earlier episodes, or just a couple mismatching. Um, but there's been images of Brent and Ella on the beach together in Sydney only yesterday on Lover's Day, Valentine's Day. And they looked really good together, just kind of that matching tats. Brent was rubbing oil all over Ella, taking care of her. They look just very in sync, I would say. What did you think?
Well, it also looked very set up, like those paparazzi were clearly booked in. They didn't just happen to be at Maroubra Beach. So that's where I kind of waver. I agree with you that they looked
Mm,
great. They looked relaxed, having fun. The height
mm,
works. Tamara's just a little bit too tall for Brent. And I want to flag Maroubra Beach is the beach of the famous bra boys that if you didn't know they were from Maroubra Beach, you might think what an odd name for a man to have tattooed all over
mm.
him. Because a bra is usually a female undergarment. But the Bra Boys were a very sexy young beach surfing yet criminal gang.
Oh,
Oh, Movies have been made about them, series have been made about them. Some of the members themselves became, really quite famous because they were damn sex appeal there,
Wow.
like lots and lots of sex appeal there. The Bra Boys. And the reason I'm mentioning that is I do believe it was Maroubra
Yes.
Beach, and Brent does look like he is a Chopper Read or a bra boy. Chopper Read, by the way, was not a bra boy, but similar aesthetic.
Yes. Okay. I didn't know about these people. This is fantastic. I know there was a
Yeah.
bad boy group that, I don't know if our listeners watch Home and Away, but it's very big around the world. But there was a bad gang that were on the beaches of Home and Away land, s- of Summer
Summer
Bay.
Bay.
Home and Away land, same same.
We all know Summer Bay.
So maybe they were emulating these bra boys. What a strange name, though.
Yes, but from the word Maroubra being an
Oh,
indigenous or Aboriginal
I'd love
word.
it.
But that's really, I mean, that's all we can really say about Tamara and Brent. They kind of made up a bit too quickly. She looked cute in her little pale blue PJ set.
Beautiful. And didn't she wake up with her hair looking perfect as well?
Oh, yeah, it just seemed like she was almost expecting him sitting up there in bed.
Who would have thought
I
that
would have
there
been,
might be cameras around the
oh,
place?
I know, right? In real life, she would have been snoring, would have been spit coming out of her mouth onto the pillow. Um, they got to make them look pretty, though. I can see that if I look in the mirror. I don't need to see that on
Well, I
TV.
know who is expecting the cameras to be around the place. Mitch. He's not happy with them being in his face, especially during his intimate challenge with Ella. Oh,
What was that? I mean, he can do handstands and wear bikinis and
I
jiggle his butt.
know. But he doesn't want to kiss his wife on TV all of a sudden.
Oh, what did you think of that?
I just thought he was being a bit of a prima donna. Well, not prima donna. I didn't understand it. Like he's got this beautiful girl who just wants to kiss him for, 3 to 5 minutes. And he was saying no. And as you say, he was willing to parade around in her bikini only a few nights before. And now all of a sudden he just doesn't want to go there. And with his little rolled up polo neck. Um,
Oh, didn't they die with Steve
yeah.
Jobs? Are they fashionable
He was
anymore?
rocking it. He was rocking it, and I think you have put him perfectly as who was it in episode 1 that you were liking him to?
David
Liking him
Beckham,
to and the
yeah.
80s pop star George Michael.
Oh, George Michael,
Yes.
yeah. Well, that's when my theory was that he was a
Mm,
gay man. And, I'm wavering on that. I'm not convinced, but I'm wavering
yeah.
on that now. Um, but yeah, definitely. Or Spandau Ballet
Yes.
vibes.
Yes. I'll get some pictures together for our listeners and pop them on our socials later. Um, he definitely,
Yeah.
I don't quite understand why he wasn't willing to kiss her, and I think that was a bit sad, making Ella feel a bit unloved again.
And
Mm,
rejected. And I just think this proves, yet again, another theory of mine is Mitch is all about
mm,
Mitch. He doesn't have interest in anything but Mitch. Because not only did that happen, and when it's a yes no question, there's no compromise, is it? He just said no,
yeah,
not doing the exercise. Boom, end
yeah,
of conversation. That's not faring well for a good marriage. But then, when asked what his ideal sex life looks like, or three things you want in the bedroom, I can only remember two. Was it confidence, noise,
and
and something
foreplay.
else?
Yeah, he
Oh, he
did.
said foreplay. Oh, he must be gay then. No straight man would say that. Okay,
That's
well that
done.
settles it. That's why he's not making an effort for Ella. Okay, so he's definitely gay. I mean, I said IKEA
Mm.
bookcases because I don't have enough of them, but he wants confidence, noise, and foreplay for God's sake. Okay.
um, yeah, noise I thought was a funny one. I was like, oh yeah, um, just a bit random, but this is Mitch.
And what kind of noises does he want? Because when I think of my previous sex life, the noises I remember were things like ouch. Oh, sorry.
Was that meant to go
Sorry.
there?
Yeah, they're the noises I remember.
Why are your toes in my mouth? Please stop that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, enough of
Ugh.
him. Ugh.
Well, anyway, Ella might be perfectly happy with Brent now. Who knows? We'll have to keep an eye on these guys. Um, right. What were Olivia and Jackson, our favorite little love bunnies, up to?
Nothing. They got a sex box and that was the end of the scene.
No nip shots tonight.
Nothing. There was literally nothing. They literally got given the sex box and that
And
was
then
it
the
was cut to the next
cameraman ran
couple.
out of the room.
Yes. That's probably it. They probably can't find any staff like between COVID and all the furloughing and they're just like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that, mate. So they had to get a single camera in, 10 seconds,
Yeah.
go, run.
They're at it already. No one needs to be here for this. It's not the late night show.
Oh, that's great. We're plowing through them. Who's
And
next?
Dominique, our Dominator, and Jack. How are they
Okay.
getting on tonight, Kay?
Okay. So the first scene of them together, there was some sort of confusion on Dom's part about the fact that Jack has slept with his ex. So it was a real ex. They'd been together a
Mm,
few years and then they broke up and then they have had sex at least once, but probably more than once. And she seemed horrified and surprised by that. She's like, I just don't know how you could. And in my head, I'm going, well, I mean, I've probably had sex with all of my exes. And I do remember one, it didn't matter. Like, it went on for like 8 years. He could ring me drunk as a skunk at 2 in the morning and I would still go there.
yeah, we've all done it.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
think about?
absolutely.
Yes,
Well,
we
except
have.
for Dom,
Okay.
obviously. But she was, maybe for her it was like the wedding when she'd like close that door, it was definitely locked and done for her. But other people go back. Sometimes it's for closure, sometimes for it's a little bit of nicety, sometimes because you're just a bit horny, sometimes whatever. It's a comfort. So many different reasons. But no judgies, Dom. Come on.
It gets a little bit
Hmm.
worse
Okay.
because he was saying to her that he considers this particular ex to be a friend now, which
Oh.
sort of contradicts the whole having sex with them
Mm.
thing. He said it was ages ago, but he didn't specify when the sex happened. So they are still friends to this day. They don't chat all the time or every week, but when he has a problem or a question that he thinks she can help with, he will contact her. And you can imagine Dom just exploded. Her leathery wings popped out of her back, and she was not pleased with that news. And I'm a little bit like the sex with an ex thing, if you're both single, whatevs,
Yeah.
don't care, I've done it. The friends with an ex,
Yeah.
it's a bit
It's
trickier, but keeping in mind that he was single like
yeah,
2 weeks
it's
ago.
definitely trickier space as long as you're not, as long as he's not hiding it, which he's not. He's been very open and honest about it. That's a plus. But some exes you don't even want to be friends with. Some, you've kind of fallen out of love, but it's okay to be friends. So it's easy to be friends, let's say. But it's hard for his new wife to understand that, maybe. She'll just have to meet her and see. See what the situation is.
That's right, and these things do evolve. I remember when I got married, my husband had non-ex
Mm,
female friends. And after we got married, we started to kind of do things in groups and together, and I knew them. It all evolves, and people become friends or they become Facebook
yeah.
friends or whatever
Yeah, that's
happens.
fine. Um, how did they get on with their challenges?
Well, I don't believe that's have you ever done a pole dance?
Yes, I have.
You have. Tell
My
me
God,
everything.
it is so difficult. Kudos to those pair nailing it after 2 minutes. Maybe I just have real chicken arms or something. I could not get into the swing of it.
You don't have chicken arms because
Mm.
I tried it. I've tried it like in an actual strip
Ooh,
club. When it had closed, I was, working as a
Cocktail
waitress in a
bar.
cocktail bar. Um, but not only could I not do it and the other waitresses not do it, but the busboys, the big burly busboys that were
Yeah,
quite strong, carrying
yeah.
kegs of beer, they couldn't do it straight away. So Dom has been practicing a very long time for her admittedly gorgeous routine. That was not straight off the
Yeah,
bat.
I was wowed because, yeah, it's not easy. Not easy. So, she was looking great. She was really pulling out those sexy moves, and Jack was loving it.
He was, and it was perfect. She looked very
Mm,
proud of herself. I think she really loves to be that object of desire. And then to see the desire in her eyes, that worked very well. But I don't believe for a second that Alessandra just, sprung that on them without any sort of
yeah.
former practice or
And
lessons.
I have to say, he was looking really cute and almost a bit sexy until he laughed, and then it just, ugh, that was it for me.
Yeah, I mean it's very up and down with
Mm,
him, isn't it? Because he does come out with some good words. Like he makes a lot of sense
yeah.
sometimes. And he's got like actual real calmness about him, not the Anthony sort of I'm raging inside, but I'm going to make myself sound calm. So I can see the appeal of him, but yeah, that laugh and then the face and the body and all the rest of it.
Well, somebody I know that you do adore is our lovely Al and beautiful Sam. I don't know if they were up to much tonight. They just had a great time staring at each other and shifting the face off each other yesterday. And tonight I think they were just hugging it out. And I think Sam was making the comment, to Al again, he didn't have to be told. Just get right in there. So I think,
Yeah, I do love Al, but I really have no memory of seeing them. So they mustn't have. I mean, I sort of remember her sort of walking out of the bedroom saying that about
mm,
something. But yeah, not a lot of memory. It just all seemed just not dramatic enough for my taste, for
no,
my
not
palate.
tonight. Not tonight. I think they're waiting for tomorrow. But we had the other major drama of the couple, Celine and Anthony. And after she said, well, fine, if he's got to move back in here, I ain't tidying up, bitch. But he didn't move straight back in. They had their little challenge first. Um, what did you make of that?
Well, now that I hadn't picked that up, but you're right, they should have moved in straight away after
Mm,
the commitment ceremony. And she did her passag stuff in the bathroom, which could have still been there. I suspect it's one of those situations where maybe they kind of filmed retrospectively,
yeah.
or maybe they just didn't move in. Whatever happened happened. Alessandra was wearing one of her best outfits ever. Do you remember a show called
Oh
The Love
yes,
Boat?
the Love
And
Boat. No, don't remember
uh,
her.
Julie, I'm your cruise
Oh,
director, and she wore the white V-neck crisscross, almost sort of captain's looking
okay.
outfit.
Yes.
And Alessandra was wearing that look today, and I love
Oh,
it.
I'm just terrible with names. You know this. I've forgotten half the names of these people. I watch them every night. But I will find about Julie. I will find her.
Oh, I just think in those days, well, in my childhood anyway, we had four channels, no cable or anything like that. That's crazy. And so Sundays in particular, there'd be like some sort of like Western movie or midday movie on one channel, and the other channel would have like repeats of all of these shows. So I think I just saw The Love
Mm,
Boat so many times that that is drilled into me forever, being
nice.
Julie.
Okay.
That's all. Don't don't self bash about it.
But these two and their bashing, what do you reckon? Are they going to get it on? Is it going to happen after they were blinking at each other a lot, staring into each other's eyes?
Look, yesterday I would have said no way. She hates
Mm,
his guts, but I did see some softening today. I don't know why, or like the whole show was just so damn happy most of the time. It was just like, come on, that's not even fun or real to watch. Playfully spray tanning him. I was hoping that she'd put something in it that made him go blue or green, like just some sort of passag thing there. But I think she
She
did it
did.
properly, so that was
Is that
disappointing.
normal? Do people have
Um,
those? Should I get one? Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I'm not saying you should get one, but yes, they
Okay.
do. I used to go to the solarium like religiously, and then oh, healthy, it's not healthy, you'll die,
Mm,
you'll get cancer. So they're not around so much anymore. So yeah, people have their own little spray tan booths.
wow. Right. I'll add it to the product list. Done.
Yes,
Done. Um, I just don't know how you do it to yourself. You have to get your mates around, don't you? Do you?
you absolutely cannot do it
Okay.
to yourself.
Right. Noted. Noted. Putting it on the list and getting somebody around to the house. Hopefully, we don't get into another lockdown situation again. Uh,
Oh, you could do bits though, like if you were wearing an outfit that showed, say, your
mm,
legs and your arms and your
yes.
décollage. You
Okay.
could do that on your
Okay,
face.
fine. I'm gonna see what these go for these days.
But if you nude up
Oh, it's
later,
gonna look a bit
like
weird.
there'll be tan lines all over the shop.
I'll make sure I'm not going home with anyone that night. And last but not very much not least, Holly and Andrew. Well, well, well. Mm-mm-mm. For a man that was commenting, how he had really been aware of how she wasn't present when they were having sex. Well, then when he was staring into her eyes and he couldn't tell that she was freaking out, and questioning everything that he'd said and done to her, am I amazed? I don't know if I am with this guy anymore. Just, oh, what an idiot.
And
Yes.
delusional. Holly keeps saying something that I've heard
Hmm.
before, but I don't know what it means. So when she's asking the universe or whatever, she refers to Mamacita, which I thought was a tortilla restaurant on Collins Street, Melbourne. What does that mean?
Is that Mother Earth? Is she saying it in a different
Is it Mother
way of saying it
Earth?
though? But I thought it was Mother Earth, but I think there's a different way of saying it. Mm.
Yeah, okay. And another thing I noticed in the eye
Yes.
staring creepily
Yes.
exercise was if we go back to Celine and
Mm.
Anthony's one, they actually had in the mix, the track mix of the music that you could hear for that, however long we saw it. They actually had the default iPhone alarm really
Mm.
low on the mix. Did you notice that? Did you
Yeah,
have
I
headphones
noticed
on?
that. Yeah.
Damn, I thought I was like unique and clever for working that out. Okay, moving on.
I was more wondering why are they setting alarms? Can they just not kind of flow with it? But I suppose some people needed it. Some people definitely needed that going. Mm.
For
Mm.
sure, for sure. But yeah, it's just interesting the different music they use for
Yes.
different couples for dramatic effect
It's like,
that the whole
yeah.
world noticed, including me.
But just he's so deluded, oh, hugging her and oh, you're the perfect fit, and this, we're just a whole, as he said yesterday, 180. It's like now we're perfect together and we're so great. And I know he said he was going to try, but oh, it was so disingenuous.
Yeah, that's why I think it's something darker, like a proper diagnosed personality disorder
Mm,
or a mental disorder. And like I said, I don't want to see that on
mm,
TV. I just want
mm,
fluffy stuff. So I'm going to go back to
mm.
fluffy stuff. What did you think of Holly's Alessandra accent?
Terrible.
I
Terrible.
thought so too, but he seemed to like come in his pants when she was saying it.
Well, again, he's just bullshitting her the whole way through, and she knew that. She knew that. That's why she kicked him out the door.
Yeah, well, the staring exercise, she was like she looked like she was about to start laughing at any second, and she was fiddling with her hair
Yeah.
tie, which has got to be worse than the feather
Uh, oh,
the
definitely.
other
I felt like
night.
she was
That
freaking out, looking into his eyes, going, "This guy is horrible. Why am I sitting in the room with him?"
you are so full of
Y-
shit. I can barely even be
yes.
in the room. Hey, there's been a bit on the
Mm.
computer,
Mm.
on the social media, about her putting her feet that had shoes on the couch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do you sit on the couch with your shoes on and tuck your foot under
No,
your
if
bum?
you come to my house, you must remove your shoes on entry. Yeah.
Yeah.
No shoes. No shoes. Definitely not on the couch. Come on.
Well, I'm not strict about shoes, but I mean, as you know, I've lived in Japan, so you do high heels on carpet looks a bit weird
Yeah.
to me now. Um, as before it didn't, but look, I kind of saw these sort of comments about the shoes on the couch, and I thought, well, look, that's a bit judgy. I don't feel that strongly
Mm.
about it, but when I think about it, and I don't have really any rules. Yeah, I never put sneakers on my
No, it
couch.
just feels wrong, I think. I don't know. Or shoes in a bedroom as well. I don't know. Just doesn't sit well with me. Maybe that's maybe
Yeah,
that's why
that's
everybody
right.
jumps on board in attacking her tomorrow night at the dinner party.
Oh, I was racking my brain. That would be it. Like, you put your sneakers on the couch, you dirty grot.
It must be it because they can't be protecting her or giving out to her about Andrew. They really can't.
Well, I just think he's such a manipulator with his NLP and
Oh,
his brainwashing
the
tools for
damn
his
cult
cults.
strikes again.
Yeah, he'll weave some sort of like just total bullshit that people will get enraged about. But I've also got a feeling it might blow over really like quite quickly. It'll be a
Mm,
fast burn.
okay.
Because they always make things more dramatic in the ads. Um, so they another thing
Tell me.
again, just like yeah, just again with the whole my way is the only way. Like she said, she wants to do the hug exercise on the
Mm,
couch with her sneakers on, touching the couch. And he goes, "No, I want to stand up." And so they do it standing up. Like you say, you're going to do everything you
yeah.
can to make this work, but you won't even sit on the fucking couch and hug for what was it, 3 minutes?
Because he just wants to dominate again. He wants to be leaning over her.
Yes.
This is it. Yeah. Oh, and just his you're demonstrating narcissistic behavior. Oh my God. I don't want to, instill violence, but I do want to smack him.
Oh, I definitely want to as well. I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it. I think we're allowed to sort of
Okay.
think about it. But even when Holly was telling him that her tank is
Mm.
empty, God, she acted the shit out of that. Like she should be in more movies. I really
I
like her
do as
acting.
well.
Um, Well, she just wanted to push him and just get rid of him. She didn't want to do all this stuff. But she's going, "Oh, my tank is empty." You could actually see his ratty little
Mm.
face trying to come up with some bullshit that he could, like, he's in fight or
Yes.
flight and he's all about
And did you hear
fight.
that line?
And he's,
Do you remember the line that he said?
it could be the same one I'm thinking of. Yeah,
Was
go
it
for it.
leaders admit their own faults? I was like, seriously? Why are you
That's
saying
it.
this to your wife? What? You're not on a
I
course
know.
right now, buddy.
That's exactly the line that I'd even typed into my little iPhone here, and I've made a note here saying that's not even true because our leader never admits he's ever been at fault.
Never.
Our prime minister never, and he will never do that. So that's just factually
Yeah. Yeah.
inaccurate.
Ugh. Ugh. My blood
Oh,
is boiling again.
no, why do we leave it to last? And so she sages the house again, and
Yes.
good on her. I would have Glen 20'd it as well
Oh,
and Dettoled it.
absolutely. Absolutely. Just wipe any memory of that man and scent of him out the door.
Gross. And I had a thought as well that probably the only reason she'll go to the dinner party, because remember she's saying she doesn't
Mm.
want to go, is that's probably to get the 3 grand. She's got to have
S-
those. She agreed to those
Yeah. It's
episodes.
been a week. You have to go back.
Has-
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's almost there. 3 grand. I mean, it wouldn't be worth it for me, but she's invested so much. She's already done X amount of
Mm.
hours of
And like you
filming.
say, she may get some more movie roles out of this. She's pretty good.
Oh, she acted the shit out of that. She was so good. I would have been enraged. I would have been
Yes.
shaking.
But I think she loved going, I'm cool, calm, collected, and I'm going to make him squirm.
Yeah,
I
he
did.
squirmed all right, telling
Ugh.
lies about leaders admitting
Ugh.
their mistakes. Like, how did you come up with that one? Ugh.
God.
Yeah. What's on tomorrow?
It
Is it on tomorrow
is
or
tomorrow
Sunday
for the
now?
dinner party.
No,
Yes, that'll be
what?
tonight. What day is it? Where are we?
Is it definitely tomorrow or were they doing one of those, coming up in your life
No,
one
I think it
day?
was over 2 nights. So we get part one of the dinner
Oh,
party tomorrow. Mm,
what? What about the new
I
couples? I really
know.
want to meet some. Like Jessica looks
They
really
disappeared.
fascinating.
There's no more ads to them. So no when they're going to break them into the group.
I think I did get an ad for them where someone said, sorry about the breath, I
Oh,
just had some chicken
how
twisties.
exotic. Yum. Can't wait to get in kissing you.
Yeah.
See, kissing compatibility again. It's a big thing.
Oh, well, yeah, I reckon I might be okay with him because I do prefer extruded chips. They are my. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? I do prefer extruded chips, like a corn chip or a twisty or a cheese and bacon ball, rather than an actual potato that's been cut.
Okay.
But I guess
Oh,
you probably go
potato
for the
definitely
potatoes,
over.
right?
How could you even?
Yeah. Your
Yes.
mother would kill you if you didn't.
The nation would be in up in arms. Excuse
It
me.
would be. They'd take your passport off you and everything. Okay, so we're possibly getting a
Yeah,
dinner
I
party
think
tomorrow.
so. I'm ready. I'm ready for some action.
I'm
It's
ready
been a bit of a
to.
I know it was Sex Past week, but come on guys, it's been a bit dry.
Yeah, we didn't get a lot of sex pest
No.
stuff.
Really didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
confusing. I thought there'd be a little bit more. I mean, considering the amount of nudity we had, like in the coming
Oh,
out of the water or
I
the water
know.
shots on week one, you think, oh, maybe it's an occupational health and safety thing now for all those poor cameramen and the COVID and body fluids and all sorts of things. All
All right,
right,
darling. Ta-ta.
darling, ta ta.